What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time stopping in, please consider subscribing. Do some regular car content, not just about the RS, but about some other stuff going on out there as well. So today we're actually going to talk about 5 of the reasons that I love the RS. Now, being this the holiday season, we're going to do the love version first, followed by the 5 reasons I hate the RS, which will probably come up in a few days. Yeah, so the first thing we're going to talk about, and the first thing that I actually love about the RS, is going to be the styling of the car. I think Ford did an awesome job when they redesigned this new version of the MK3 for the RS. I mean, just the front bumper alone is so aggressive looking. The thing looks mean coming down the road at you, and it sets it off from the ST quite a bit. Now, also on the rear of the car, though, too, Ford did an awesome job. I really like this spoiler here, though, too. I love how it has the RS badges kind of all over the car. Also, the riser off the back, this really kind of sets it apart. And also the rear diffuser right there as well with the dual exhaust. Really looks nice on this car. It really complements it pretty well. The second thing I love about the RS is going to be the fact that it has the 2.3 liter motor, which I know is down from the original 2.5 turbo that was in the MK2 version previously over in Europe. But this, does have the 2.3, which is over the 2 liter that comes in the ST. So there is that. So it is actually a bigger motor. So it's more of a good base if you're doing a project car. If you're doing a build to extra displacement, remember there's no replacement for displacement. So having that little bit of extra motor does help. The third thing I love about the car is the fact that, yes, it is all-wheel drive, which is a pretty, well-known fact by now. But the fact that Ford actually made this car all-wheel drive, this is the first time I've ever done it in an RS platform. Don't quote me on like the Cosworth things back in the day with the Escort, stuff like that, because I'm not too familiar with those. But the fact that they made this car all-wheel drive really put it into the class against the STI, the Evo, things like that as well. So I'm really glad they did that. Plus, I live in an area where it snows, as you can tell. Yes. So the fact of having all-wheel drive means I can drive this around. So I do love that fact. Now, the fourth thing that I love about the Focus RS is going to be the stock exhaust. I know people are probably going to wonder, why do I like the stock exhaust so much? Well, I'll give you 2 reasons. Now, one, I live in a little community here, and I also work kind of weird hours. So having the stock exhaust is kind of the best of both worlds. Now, it's fairly silent when you want it to be, if you're trying to baby it, but it's also loud enough to know people that, hey, that's a freaking sports car. Plus the exhaust pops, I mean, that's something that sounds freaking sick. And I'm sure my neighbors appreciate it when I roll in at, 1 o'clock in the morning and the car isn't super loud. Now, the fifth thing I'm going to talk about is going to be the electronically controlled dampeners for the suspension. Now, this is something that's pretty unique for me, at least. I haven't had a car that's ever had that before, so I'm kind of geeking out here a little bit. Now, obviously, you're going to see that mostly when you go from normal or sport into track mode. Now, track mode, you see a little icon pop up, boom. Maybe a little difficult for you guys to see that. Let me see if I can focus it in a little bit here. That right there. So the little S sign with the little suspension. Now, that right there is actually going to indicate that you have the suspension dampers on. So it's like about 30% more stiff. Now, you actually can turn that off. A lot of people may or may not know that, but actually right here on the comm, there's this button right here. And as you can see, it has the same little icon. If you press and hold that, it'll actually turn it on and off. So in track mode, you can actually change it. So it's almost like a 5th driving mode, which is pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, so there's just a few of the reasons that I do love the RS. And there's actually more of them above that, though, too. But yeah, so that's just kind of 5 of the reasons. So anyway, guys, I appreciate your time checking out this video. And as always, if you guys haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that button down below. I do appreciate it. And trying to put up more and more content as time goes on here. I'm trying to average about 1 every 2 days if I can, which is kind of tough with a full-time job. But I'm doing the best that I can. So guys, stick it in there. I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Take it easy.